Welcome back to the channel. Today we actually have some framework for you guys. We're waiting on, well, we're not really waiting on anything on the Mustang. We just have a couple of frame jobs that need to get knocked out while we're prepping it for paint. So we have to jump on this Camry here. It's a very simple frame job. I think the most of the work is going to be just removing the front bumper. As you guys can see right here, you can see that this gap is very big and the gap on that side is very small. And what I'm thinking, just by looking at it, I think that the front end is swiped over to the right a little bit. So we're going to get it clamped down onto the frame machine, and we'll pop the hood and measure the square and see how bad it's off and see what we have to do. So we're gonna chain it down real quick, then we're gonna pull the bumper off of it and make our measurements. All right, so we're gonna do a little preliminary measurement. This is not a super accurate measurement, as we are using tops of the shocks. This is just to give us an idea of what we need to do with this front end. So we're first gonna measure the square, and we'll see how bad that's off, and then we'll measure the distance between each side. All right, so this does not necessarily mean that the square is off this bad. What this means is possibly that the core support distances between each shock tower are also way off. So we'll go ahead and measure those as well. Yeah, see, as I suspected, this side needs to come out more. So I'm guessing we need to go ahead and pull that forward. You can see it, like when you stand right here, you can see the core support on this side is pushed in. You can see it like just by looking at it. So now that we got the bumper off, we were able to measure the frame rails, and the frame rails are way off. I mean, way off. And you can see it right here. Look at this. So if you look right here, this is our subframe, and this little circle of shiny black is where the frame rail bushing should be. Not to mention the fact that this mounting point right here needs to be centered on this bushing. So you can see, you can kind of get an idea of how far over it's gone. So what we need to do, we need to loosen all the bolts on the subframe, or at least on the front frame horns, and pull it over. Make sure everything's squared up on the frame rails, and then tighten those bolts back up, and that should square up our front end. And then we'll give the radiator core support right here a little minor tweak, which we might not even have to do because that might go back into its spot when we do this pull here. We've got the frame horns loose, and we've even loosened the radiator core support brackets. Now we're gonna put a very minor pull on it. We're gonna do a slight tug just to see how hard this job really is going to be. Hopefully, we're not going to have to put it up on clamps, because I don't wanna do that. That's a lot of work. All right, so we've got the bumper and the grill on, and it looks really good. There's just a very minor adjustment that needs to be done on this side, which we will do as soon as we go and eat some lunch. Nate and I are super hungry, and we've been working on this thing all morning. So we're gonna go eat some lunch real quick, and then when we get back, we're gonna adjust this side just a hair, just to make everything a little bit more even, and then she will be ready to go. Then all we're gonna have to do is get all those grease spots off that hood. I don't know if that's gonna be possible, but we're gonna have to try. Check it out, we got this front end all done. We got all the fingerprints wiped off, and it looks really good. Look at all the gaps. Everything lines up beautifully. I think they'll be real happy with it. The only thing I don't like, and I'm sure you guys are not gonna like it too, is the fact that one headlight is faded out and the other one's brand new. I don't like that. I usually like to replace both of them, but as I say, customer's always right, so it is what it is. But let me show you guys what we are going to do tomorrow. This is a 2016 Honda Pilot. It's actually really nice. It's the Touring Edition, and this is for a customer of ours, a longtime customer and friend. And basically we need to replace this side apron piece and replace this center of the core support and this corner of the core support. And I told Paul that it should have been all replaced because of this damage here, but he's saying that the customer does not have the entire core support. He just has the center bar in that piece. So that is possible to do. We can straighten it out. It's going to be a pretty simple job, but actually also kind of like invasive as well. So I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. All right, well, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button if you did. And if you want to check out us rebuilding this here Honda Pilot, also stay tuned for that video. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.